Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. I know there's a lot of new faces here, so truly welcome. Thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate all your support. I am going to do a quick Sephora recommendations, and I'm just going to do it based off of the stuff that I've been loving lately. We're going to go through some makeup, some skincare, some hair care. I have a lot in each category, but I also don't have a lot. I have a lot of recommendations. Let's just be real. I'm going to get the nitty gritty, like boring stuff out of the way where I don't have a lot. So that just being skincare and hair care. I think that was it, right? I think so. I'm going to get those ones out of the way because I don't have a lot of them, and I've got the products kind of sitting here in front of me. So let's do the hair stuff first. So the first one is this. This isn't the actual product. The actual product obviously comes in like a shampoo bottle. This was kind of like a 14-day hair challenge. I got this as like a free with purchase kind of thing. So it came with, this is the last one I've got. I think there were 7 of them, shampoo and conditioner. And then it also comes with the multitask repair treatment and the intense bond repair mask. I have really enjoyed the shampoo and conditioner. I've been using it a lot since I had my hair colored, and it's been doing wonders for my hair. So I think I might actually be picking up the full size of these at during the Sephora sale because I know that they work for me, and I really enjoyed them. The next is a leave-in conditioner. Now this one you can't get anymore. I think it's the Byredo collaboration where this fragrance, and this is the Mojave Ghost. I think that you can just get the regular scent, which is also really nice. You can see that I've used half a bottle. I used this very sparingly. I also have a little trial size of the regular one, so that's the one I'm kind of using all of the time because I love this fragrance and I don't want to run out of this, but it is really good. Leaves my hair feeling really nice and soft, and I don't know, it just does something. Now, what I used in my hair last night when I showered, and I literally pulled this out of the shower, so it's probably not looking its best, is this here. This is the Chris Appleton and Color Wow Money Mask. Honestly, you guys, this has been like a game changer for my hair. My hair has never felt so good without this product. Actually, there's one other product I wanted to recommend that I didn't pull out with me, so I'll pop a picture here if I remember to. But it is also by Color Wow, and that's their Dream Coat. It's like a spray that you put in, and you do it every like 3 to 4 washes. So basically, while your hair is damp, you liberally apply it, spray it into your hair, comb it through, and then you blow dry with resistance. So you want to make sure you're either using a blow dryer with a round brush, or you're using kind of like the Revlon One Style or something where you're kind of causing the hair to, you know, pull while it's being dried. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore, but either way, this and that, both amazing products. Really have been enjoying those. And my hair has just been feeling so great. And even though I had it, you know, bleached and colored and whatever, my hair is feeling as healthy as ever. So that's really great for me. And then the last hair product I actually have is this one here. This is the Bumble and Bumble BB Pray Powder Post-Workout Dry Shampoo Mist. Now this is not an aerosol dry shampoo, which is what I was looking for. I really didn't want to go with an aerosol, and so I went ahead and picked this up before my trip to Montreal because I knew I didn't want to be washing my hair a lot since I had just got it colored, and I needed this to get me through until I had to finally wash my hair. So this one, as you can tell, I don't know if you can tell, but the powder kind of sits at the bottom there, and then the rest of it is like the liquid. So you really have to kind of shake this up so that it mixes well, and then you spray it into your roots about 6 inches away, and I swear you let it sit for 30 seconds and then kind of massage your hair, and it really does work great. I've really been liking this. I actually wanted to pick up the trial size so that I could have just thrown it in my carry-on because this is larger than the size that you're allowed to take on the airplanes, but honestly, it's so good. I do really like this, so I'm glad I have it in the full size now because I know that I'll be getting a lot of use out of it. I lied, I have one more hair product. So this is just a trial size mini. I have about half of this left, but it's the Gisou honey infused hair oil I can't see what it says in the tiny little letters there, but I'll see if I can. I don't know if it's focusing for you guys, but there it is. It's just a teeny tiny little sample. So cute. I've been using this every now and then. I don't use it every time I wash my hair, but every couple washes I will use a little bit of it. And I think I'm just doing that because I'm trying to use it so sparingly. I was thinking about picking up a new bottle of this during the Sephora sale, but I realized I still have a mini bottle of the Moroccan oil. So I'm going to use that up, and then maybe during the sale in fall is when I'll get it. For skincare, there are really only two standout products for me in the recent little while, mainly just because one I reintroduced back into my skincare routine and the other one is a little bit new to me, but there's not a lot of like new stuff that I've been using, so not really a lot that I'm like, oh my god, you need this, but it's just working for me, so I'm just using it. So the first is a toner. This was recommended to me by my friend Sensoray. She's also a content creator on YouTube here as well as Instagram, and I think she's more active over on Instagram. I will link her in the down bar, so please do go follow her because she's amazing and so knowledgeable about so many things. But she recommended this to me, and it's the Ren Clean Skincare Ready Steady Glow Daily AHA Tonic. I really like this. I've been using this for a couple weeks now. I don't really have a lot of usage on it because you don't really need a whole lot. But honestly, it's so good. I have a couple of these in this trial size, so I won't be picking this up anytime soon. But once I'm out of these during the next Sephora sale, most likely I will be grabbing another one. I usually use that one at nighttime during my skincare routine, and I absolutely love it. Another like nighttime skincare product that I've been loving is The Ordinary's Lactic Acid plus hyaluronic acid. This is what it looks like. So I got this one actually pretty recently. I've been using it regularly because I was noticing that my skin texture was kind of getting bad again. Not in the sense that it was really bad, but I could see a lot of texture. And the last time I had used the lactic acid from The Ordinary, it had done wonders for my skin. I know a lot of people love the Good Genes, but honestly, this is like $10 Canadian for a bottle, so it's probably about $8 US. So affordable, so effective. I really like it. However, if you do have super sensitive skin, you might feel a little bit more tingly with this, so maybe do a test patch before you actually decide to go in with it all the way, because it can be a little bit like overwhelming. I can kind of tolerate that kind of tingly feeling. I actually kind of like it, but not everyone does. So that's it for that category. Next, let's quickly go through perfumes because I don't have like a ton to recommend, but I do have a ton. Not a ton. Let me just pull them out. Okay, so I think I have 4 fragrances that I'm going to recommend. The first, this probably isn't really a good spring recommendation, but if you want something that's a little bit musky, a little bit sexy, a little bit evening time, the Tom Ford Ombre Leather is so good. I think I grabbed this not during this last sale, but maybe before that, because this last sale I actually picked up Velvet Orchid and then one other one that I'm going to show you in a few minutes. I love this. It's so good. Works for any gender, so I love that about it. I took this one to Montreal and my husband had forgotten cologne, even though I did pack samples for him, but I let him quickly splash this on and it smelled so good on him too. So love that one, and I mean, literally any fragrance is made for any person of any gender, so it doesn't really matter. I've been using this one a lot. This is the YSL Libre perfume. I've used quite a bit of this. I actually really enjoy this. I use this quite often like for work because it's light enough where you don't really smell it. And also just if I'm going out for the day. Another one that I actually used this morning, probably also a little not so springy. I really need to get more springy scents, but I've really just been loving this. This is the replica from Maison Margiela, and it's the Jazz Club fragrance. So you can see I have a lot of usage on that too. I just have the 30 milliliter bottle, but I use this so sparingly. But look, I'm so sad. I know usage is good, but I don't want to like run out because buying perfume is expensive. I actually have some on my list for this upcoming sale too, so wish me luck. The last one I have is from Nest New York, and it is this one here. You can see I'm kind of down to the last maybe quarter of this bottle. This, you guys, is like a really fresh almost fruity floral, more floral definitely, but it's like got this really pretty sweetness to it, and I think it's just so nice for spring. I actually sent a bottle of this to my aunt in India as well because I love this perfume so much, and I feel like you can't go wrong with it, and it lasts like hours and hours and hours. You'll still be smelling it all day long. I need to use this one more. I feel like I've been neglecting her a little bit because I don't want to run out, but she's really good. I think that is it for non-makeup items. So I think we're gonna jump into the makeup items. I'm just gonna quickly sort through my stuff because it's all just in this basket. Just got tons in here. So yeah, let's do this. Now, I'm gonna warn you, my taste in the last couple months has gotten really expensive, so a lot of these are gonna be really like high-end. I tried to include some not so high-end, so bear with me, okay? It's just been the stuff that I'm loving. That's all I'm recommending to you. I'm not recommending just everything that I own from Sephora because there are a lot of things that I'm like, it's not really that standout, right? So yeah, let's get into this. Okay, so first I'm going to start off with just complexion products in the sense of primers, foundations, concealers, powders, that kind of thing. Not blushes and bronzers and all that. We'll go through color cosmetics in a bit. The first thing is probably the only primer I'm going to recommend at this point because it's the only one I've been using. But I can also, I guess, suggest one that I've mentioned in the past. So the one I've been using is this Huda Glowish Blur Jam. Honestly, you guys, it's really good. It's got a very cooling sensation when you put it on your face, which is a really interesting feeling, actually. I'm still trying to figure out how I feel about that, but like it's really, really interesting for sure. I think I've already lost the little spatula that comes with this. And you can see by looking at it, it looks really odd in there. I really wish I could show you like me applying this, but if you guys are interested in seeing something like that, I could do a demo with it, or, you know, just with any kind of Huda products, maybe like a Huda video. Yeah, I've really just been loving this. I don't know, it's not drying and it's not super over hydrating. I wouldn't say it's like totally like pore minimizing, pore blurring, because it is a little bit, what's the word? Because it is silicone free, I think that kind of takes away from it, but I really don't care to fill my pores. Like I'm not really bothered by them that much. I think I just like this because of how it feels. So the other primer I do enjoy actually is this one here. This is the Milk Makeup Hydra Grip. You can see I've gotten quite a bit of use out of that one. I've gone through a mini of this as well. I really do like this. It's a really great primer if you need your makeup to really hold on. I know there's a lot of people that don't love that one, but I really like it. So, and it works for me, you know. On that note, let's do foundations. I only have two that I'm going to be recommending. One of them is this one here. This is the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation Stick. Now, I've had this one for a while. You can see in there that I've got quite a bit of usage. And the color that I have is Tres Leches, which is actually a pretty good match for me. I'm not going to swatch everything today, but I will swatch that for you there. I'm probably not going to swatch the liquid one because I honestly don't want to get it on my white shirt today, and I have somewhere to go, so I'm kind of like trying to get this done before I head out. I think it's a really good foundation for days where you need your makeup to really last long. It is a little bit on the matte side, but I would say that you can probably make it look luminous. It's not overly drying. Now, I have normal to dry skin, so you can imagine like a stick foundation would probably cling to all of my dry patches. This does not. It's really, really beautiful. I've worn it to a lot of summer weddings, Indian weddings, which, you know, can go anywhere from 10 hours to 16-hour days. And my makeup's lasted just fine. And it feels like it doesn't like melt off my face or like fade or get, you know, creasy or whatever. So it's been great. The other one I've been loving actually is the Givenchy. This one is also really, really good. This is the, I forget what this is called, the Prism Libre Skin Curing Glow Foundation. So there's a matte version you can get, and then there's also the glow version, which is this one. The shade that I have is 4N280. I really like this. It is definitely very glowy. It can almost sometimes be a little bit too glowy, but that's not anything powder can't fix, right? So I really do enjoy that one, and I feel like it looks really, really nice on the skin. And as far as I can remember, I don't think Givenchy does sales anywhere. So if you're gonna grab it, I think now during the Sephora sale would be a really good time to grab that. A lot of the things I will recommend today are probably things that I don't see going on sale often or not as much. So I'm not going to recommend things like Pat McGrath, even though I prefer to shop Pat McGrath at Sephora, only because I know her sales through her website are just way better. So if you're going to be buying, you want to know recommendations, I could let you know. I think I have maybe one, I don't remember, in my basket here, but for the most part I think I'm doing non-Pat McGrath because I feel like the Pat McGrath sales are just too good that, you know, wouldn't make sense. I have 3 concealers here, and first I will go over the Glossier. Now if you're looking for something that's really along the lines of like the Becca under eye brightening corrector or whatever it was called, this is so similar. It's like super luminous. Basically when you put this on, it's gonna have that same sheen that you see here in the little tub. It is really nice, but now that Glossier is at Sephora and a lot of you have been wanting to try it, I do think it's a really nice concealer. I bought it because of Katie Jane Hughes, and I really like it, but there's one that I prefer a little bit more, but it's a little more steep in the price, and that's this one here. This is the Hourglass. This, I don't even know what it's called, but the shade that I have is Apricot Vanish. It just comes with this kind of like triangular doe foot applicator. Super nice. It's very radiant under the under eyes. I actually bought this after watching Michelle Wong review it. Well, I bought it more recently. I think her review was like last year, but or whenever this came out, I guess. But I thought it was really beautiful. And then upon recommendation from my friend Sensoray, I bought the Huda Beauty Faux Filter concealer. And this is like, I guess in the new formula, it's a luminous matte. I would say it's more matte. I don't know where the luminous in this is, but I will say because of that luminous whatever it is, it does not cling to dry patches. I can use this all over my face as a foundation or like as a base. And the other product I'm going to recommend with this, like in combination with this, I have the big size, but you can't see what it says, but it's the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. These two together, magic. All I do is I put this under my eyes as I normally would, a little bit on my nose, a little bit on my chin, on my forehead, and then just like little dots on my face. And then I will go and apply this everywhere where I would highlight it. Just put like a little streak here, a little streak here, a little bit here, a little bit here. It's what I'm wearing on my face today. This is literally my complexion today. It's a mix of the concealer and this. And then I've just got like my blush bronzer, whatever, over it. But this is what I'm wearing on my face. I've been wearing it since my trip to Montreal, and it's been like a magical combination. The shades that I have in these products are Cookie Dough for this concealer. I think it's like the perfect kind of shade for me. I think I totally have the wrong foundation shade though. And then for the mini flawless filter, I have it in 4.5 medium, but the larger one I have it in 4. So the medium didn't come in 4, it only came in 4.5, which is fine. I think I actually prefer the shade 4.5 to 4, just because it's got a little bit more of that golden something to it. So I've really been loving that. On the same note of brands, I feel like it's a lot of the same brands. This setting spray is a game changer. I had to buy the mini before my trip, obviously because I wasn't going to lug this whole thing over to Montreal, but I love this. I've been using both of them interchangeably. I throw this one now into my work makeup bag. Like, it works so good. I feel like I need no other setting spray because it does what it needs to do. A lot of the times what I like to do is I like to put my primer on, and then I will spray my face with the Airbrush Flawless setting spray, and then I go in with my complexion. That's what I did today. So I really like how my makeup turned out. Okay, and then for powder, I have 2. I have the Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder that comes like this. This little container is super interesting. It comes like this, and it's kind of like supposed to be like a mess-free option. It's really good. It feels so lightweight on the face, and it looks so natural on the face too. You literally cannot tell that you've got powder on. It's like it almost hydrates your skin in a way. So I've really been enjoying that powder for some time now, but I didn't take it with me on my vacation because I was like, oh, I'm going to try a new powder. So I bought the Huda Beauty, the little mini one, and I kind of wish I didn't get the mini, and I'll tell you why in a second. And I have the shade Banana Bread. I am wearing this just under the eyes and a little bit in my T-zone area today. So the little packaging for this, it flips up like this, and then you twist it, and I think I showed this in another video, but this is like got a little puff on it, and then there's the well where the product goes. The issue I have with this is the little puff, it doesn't like get right under your eyes, you know, so you're not getting like a fully, I don't know, not a fully loaded like under eye there with your powder. So I always have to go in, take a brush. It gets so messy. So I think what I'm going to try to do with this actually is I'm going to see if I can pull that puff off, because I really don't care for it. So I recommend, I think if you're going to get this, because of practicality, I would probably get the large one, unless you're looking for one to use as a mini to travel with, then maybe get this, but maybe pull the puff off like I'm going to do. I'll let you know how it goes. Maybe follow me over on Instagram. I'll post on there after I pull it off to see if it actually worked out okay. Okay, so next let's do bronzers. I'm kind of going in the order of which I would actually do my face. So bronzer would be next, and it would generally be a cream bronzer for me first. So if you're looking for a contour stick, I've already recommended this before, the Makeup by Mario. I have mine in the shade medium. And it doesn't even pull all the way down, but I've used a lot of mine. It's kind of stuck there. I hope it didn't break it. No, there it is. So mine's really well loved. It's really good. I don't really care for the brush on the other end of this, but the product itself works amazing. Contours really well, but it's not like overly gray leaning. So I don't mind that about it, because it kind of gives you like almost a bronzed effect as well. The other one I've really been loving for a while now, I got this during the initial launch of these coming out when they only came out with 2 shades, which was Laguna, which is now Laguna 2. And the other one started with a C. I think I don't remember what it was called. Mine has a really large dip in there. I really love this bronzer. I took this with me on my trip to Montreal, got a lot of use out of it, and it's gotten a lot of love from me, because I think it's just an absolutely amazing bronzer. It's so easy to blend. You can use a synthetic brush, you can use a natural hair brush. I've had amazing experience with both. And then the one that I'm oh no, I'm not wearing this one today, but I did use this recently, is the Charlotte Tilbury one, which is huge in size, but I don't know if it's actually like a lot of product. I think the NARS one, you probably get more product than this, if I'm correct. This one you get 21 grams, whereas in NARS you're getting, 19 grams, but I think this is cheaper, if I can remember correctly. This is big, it is very large, but I think the downside is probably the pricing with this one and this one. So I think if I had to decide between the two, I would probably say grab the NARS. I kind of like it a little bit more, although I would say Laguna 2 is super neutral, almost a little bit cool tone leaning, but I kind of like it because it gives me that contour effect. And then I have 2 powder bronzers. And then one of them is Huda Glowish, which, I mean, you could get during the Sephora sale, or you could wait for a Huda Beauty website sale, because I think sometimes she does like 25% off. However, I think you have to have like quite a high threshold in order to get free shipping. So I think when I recently did an order, it had to be over 75 if I'm not wrong. So if you're looking to grab a bronzer from this line, I would do it during the Sephora sale of the shade 03 Tan Light. I've used this a lot, and it still hasn't really gone anywhere because it's such a hard pressed formula, and it works great with a natural bristle brush as well as synthetic. So I really like that about it. It is like kind of a more neutral leaning bronzer shade. I really think it's absolutely stunning on the skin. It's kind of like when you put it on, I don't know if you can see it there. When you put it on, it's kind of like an airbrushed effect almost. Like I feel like you can't really tell that it's there. That's what I really like about it. The other one that I have here is the Dior Forever Natural Bronze, and I have mine in the shade 05 Warm Bronze. Yeah, and as you can see, I've used this one quite a bit. The embossing for Dior is kind of gone. This one also, same thing, super like neutral. It's almost got a little bit more of like a golden sheen to it, whereas the Huda leans a little more red, see? So I like each in their own place. I kind of am tempted to get a darker shade in this one, but I think I'm going to pass because I have so many bronzers. Like I feel like I can use so many of my other ones right now that I really don't need to be grabbing another bronzer. Next I would do highlights. Let's talk about highlight. Oh, hang on. We actually missed a product. Now, I have a little bit of beef with this, but I'm going to tell you in a second. So it's the Charlotte Tilbury contour wand. Does this not look like it just has nothing in it? And I saw that e.l.f. actually came out with these. I don't buy a lot of drugstore stuff, but I was really curious about trying the e.l.f. one just to see, because it looks like they're actually full tubes, whereas this one is like half air, but the product itself is really, really good. I really like how it kind of just melts into my skin. I just wish the tube was full, because I promise you I did not use all of that up, so I don't know what's going on there. Same thing with this one, actually. I haven't used that much of this one, and I've used this one more, so I don't know what's happening here, but this is depleting pretty fast. These are the Beauty Light wands. So this was the contour wand, which is really good if you just want like a straight up contour. It's a little more neutral leaning, but I feel like you can also get the same effect with the NARS if you just use a little more precision, like maybe a smaller brush, like something like maybe even the Sonia G Soft Concealer. You could kind of go in and then buff it with a bigger brush. So it's totally up to you what you choose, but these are the Beauty Light wands. I have two shades. I have the shade Gold Gasm, which is like a gold one. And then I think this is Pillow Talk. Yep, this is the original Pillow Talk. So I'm wearing Pillow Talk today. It is kind of on the more subtle side. I won't say it's like super glowy. I'll see if I can swatch the gold one for you. I will say I kind of don't love this packaging. It gets super goopy. But there is the gold one. So you can see it's not really like a super sparkly highlighter, but definitely will give your skin glow if that's what you're looking for. And I think that's really, really pretty. Okay, and then I have one more highlighter, and that is the Dior Quad. This one is in the Universal shade. So it comes with, you know, the strobe white, the blush pink, blush bronze, and strobe gold. I think that one's strobe gold. So I think these two are meant to be like the highlighters, and then those ones can be like blush toppers. I just kind of use them all. I don't know, I mix like random shades depending on my mood. I like the white one a lot on its own. I think it's really pretty, actually. I'll see if I can swatch that for you. So it's kind of like, it's over bronzer, so if it looks dirty, that's why. And then there it is. I just think it's really, like, it just, when you buff it out on the skin, it's like a completely different thing. I don't know what it is that it does, but it does something. I'll see. Let me see if I can put a little bit on, just using my Sonia G Detail brush. And do you see like how that just amped it up? I'll put a little more on the other side just to even this out. But yeah, there is the Dior. I think they're absolutely beautiful. It comes in a couple different shades. I think you can get, I don't know, it's like a golden one on Sephora that also looks really, really nice. But yeah, I do really love this, and I do really recommend it. And I think it could work on a variety of skin tones because it has basically a transparent base to it. So I really, really have been enjoying that. And thank you for talking me into it, Jana, because so good. Okay, I have a lot of blushes, and I pulled a lot of blushes because a lot of them I pulled for formula. So I don't know how I'm going to do this. Now, the first one I'll get out of the way. This is the Pat McGrath Trio in Galactic Sun. So it has two blushes in here called Divine Rose and Desert Orchid. So this one's Desert Orchid and this one's Divine Rose. I honestly just pulled this because I just wanted to note that her blush formula is gorgeous. If you are looking to try one of her blushes and you don't shop her website, I will say now will be a good time to grab it for 20% off, or even 10 or 15, whatever you get. But yeah, I do really like her blush formula. I think it's really natural looking on the skin, which is really, really nice. Okay, so let's continue this trend of blushes. Maybe let's finish the powder blushes and then I'll continue with the cream ones because I only have, I think, 2 or 3 cream blushes. Sorry, Paula's barking at the neighbors. The first one is a newish one to me. It's not new to market in any ways. This is Laura Mercier Blush Color Infusion. I know that Morgan Turner had been raving about these blushes for like some time. And I know she's got a bunch of different favorite shades, but the one I decided to pick up was Fresco. And this one's like a super sheer kind of nude tone brown. And I'll hold it up to the screen and you can see there's like sparkles in there. But honestly, when you put this on your face, it's not like super glittery or anything. It's actually just really, really subtle. And so I really like that one for just days where I want more of a natural blush. But obviously, if you're of a deeper skin tone, it may not show up on you. It may just look like glitter, to be honest. Let's be real. I'm not wearing that one today, but it is kind of just maybe a little bit lighter than what I'm wearing right now in terms of how it would look on my skin. So another similar one to that actually shows up a little bit more is the Dior Rouge blush in the color 459 Charnel. This is actually like my favorite blush probably so far this year. I feel like I might have bought this during the last Sephora sale. I can't really remember, or may have just bought it regular price. I don't know. But this blush is basically that. It's just a super kind of nude tone blush, but it almost does something to the skin where it gives kind of a really natural glow. And I mean, obviously, like, when is Dior doing any kind of sale? So right now would be a really, really good time to pick up Dior blushes. I also really like the blushes from their Backstage line. So just like those highlighters, they come in this kind of packaging. They're super tiny. Just in size, I think for product you still get quite a bit. You get 4.6 grams. So I have the 001 pink, which looks like this, and you can see my embossing is pretty much almost gone. My nails kind of match it there, but in real life my nails are way lighter than this, so definitely does not look like that in person. For some reason, I guess because it's neon, it shows up a lot brighter on camera. That one's a really pretty one. And then I have the 004 Coral, which is this one. It makes me wonder, was there a 002 and a 003? Like, do I need to go hunt these blushes down? But this one is just like a super peachy blush. Excuse Apollo. Definitely just gives you a really, really pretty kind of glow on the cheeks. He is not going to stop. I think he's done. But yeah, it just gives you a really nice kind of, it's not really a glow where it's like super glowy, because it's not really a glowy blush, but I feel like because it's so sheer, it almost kind of pulls your skin right through the blush too, in a weird way. I really don't know how to explain it, but I know it went viral and I feel like it really is pretty for a reason. But on glowy blushes, I really like this one. This is from RMS Beauty. This is in the shade French Rosé. I actually have a few shades of this blush. I think I have Mai Tai and have Sangria too. But just this pink is so, so pretty. I have swatched it already over on my Instagram, but I'll swatch it for you again. You can just see it's like a really, really glowy pink. It's got almost like a built-in highlighter. And to be honest, I've been loving that type of blush so much. So here is what it looks like, and I just feel like on the cheeks it would be so, so pretty. It's focusing on my face. There we go. I feel like on the cheeks that would be so pretty, you know? Yeah, it's just a really glowy blush, and I have it in a couple shades because it just looked so beautiful. Ever since those came out, actually, I've been wanting them. And I think Sephora Canada is still sold out, but I think you can get some of the shades on Sephora US. So if you're looking to get a glowy blush, I think those ones are really, really pretty. For cream blushes, I am going to recommend the Melt formula for kind of a, I guess I have two kind of affordable options for this category. I really like this one, and especially in this shade here, Honey Thief. This is like a super peachy blush, and they look super kind of light and pasty almost in the pan, and they do kind of swatch thick, but the way you can actually layer and build them on your cheek, it's right there, is actually really, really pretty. So I have that shade, which is Honey Thief, and then I also have it in Cali Dream, which is even peachier. So that one was kind of like a peach pink. This one's like a straight up peach. Like, I'll see if I can show you the difference. But yeah, this one's like more, see, peachy there? This one's definitely got a little bit more pink to it, but the formula itself is really beautiful. And then the other affordable cream option that I had was the Rare Beauty. So they have two like different finishes. They have a matte and they have a dewy, and I have one of each actually. So I recently just picked up the shade Worth. This is in the dewy formula, and this is one of the new shades that came out, and that's what I've got on my cheeks today, and I think it's really, really pretty. But if you are more into matte and you don't really want dewy, I have the shade Love. This is like a terracotta. You can see it's a lot brighter, a lot deeper. It's not really super bright, but it is definitely a punchy terracotta. Like if you really, really want that kind of burnt orange cheek and you want that sunburnt look, this is going to give you that. And then the other formula that I've been loving lately, and this one's a little bit steep in price, but I think there might be some like 3-piece kits and stuff on Sephora that you could try. And I think, no, the blushes don't come in the mini. The highlighter and contour comes in the mini, and I really do hope that Westman Atelier decides to bring out minis for the blushes too, because I think that would be great, because if she came out with minis, I would pick up the rest of the shades. So I have the shade Doo Doo. I'll show you. It's spelt like this. D-O-U-D-O-U, and the lid just kind of pops off like that. The packaging is just really gorgeous, weighted, and then this is the shade. So let me just pull it up so I can show you, because the top is a little bit dirty, but you can kind of see it there. It's just a really nice like pinky mauve like shade, and it just looks so like natural on the cheek, and it just gives like a hint of glow, but it also doesn't budge. Like it actually lasts on your skin all day, which is the thing I love about it the most. So I really do like that blush formula as well. So there's a couple blushes. I tend to go really blush heavy, and to be honest, I had picked out way more, but I had to put some back because otherwise we'd be sitting here for hours. Yeah, that would be a little bit too much. So for lips, I have a couple products here. I have one from Huda Beauty. Most of these are going to be like balms. I have one lipstick and the other ones are just like a balm or lip oil. This is the Huda Beauty Silk Balm, and the one that I have is in the Rose Quartz. This came with the Rose Quartz palette. It didn't come with it. I ordered it with it. It was from that whole collection. But this is basically just like a super glittery lip balm that comes like in a lip gloss type tube. It's really, really pretty, non-sticky, and just like feels super nice on the lips and looks pretty too while it's at it. So there is that one. See, you can see like the light reflecting. It's just, oh, it's so beautiful. And then what I'm wearing on my lips today is actually, I was wearing a different gloss earlier in the day, but that's just because I forgot this one at home. And this is my Dior, what is this called? Lip Glow Oil with the Color Reviver Cherry Oil. So it's got like, I guess, a cherry oil base to it, and the color that I have is Rosewood. I really, really like this. It's super, super shiny. I'm wearing it on my lips right now, and I just like how thick and luscious it is. And I'll show you the tint. Like, I feel like it doesn't really have much of a tint. It's just very barely there. You can see right there next to the Huda. There's just a very barely there. Doesn't show up on my lips as anything because my lips have so much pigment on them as it is. So it is really, really nice though, the formula. And I would definitely pick up another shade just for the fun of having the shade, not that it does anything for my lips. Okay, the last product I have for lips is also Dior. It's this right here. This is the Dior Transfer Proof lipstick. The shade that I have is 200 Forever Nude. Forever Nude Touch is what it's called. And then you can see I've used quite a bit of that up. I mean, not a lot, but quite a bit of it for me. And I will swatch it for you. It's just a really nice kind of brown nude, nothing super over the top or, you know, it's just right there. It's just a nice, easy, everyday lip color, and it stays put, so that's why I love it. But yeah, I really do enjoy that lipstick. I don't really tend to wear lipsticks otherwise. I mean, I can't recommend Lisa Eldridge to you because Lisa Eldridge is not sold at Sephora. If it was, I'd have everything from Lisa's line because I absolutely love her products. I also have 2 MAC products that I want to recommend, and one is a paint pot. And now, okay, here's the thing. I don't know if Sephora US carries MAC. I don't think that they do, and I also don't know what other countries might. I know Canada does, so that's the only reason I'm including this, because I know I do have some Canadian followers here since I myself am Canadian. So I have the MAC paint pot here. Mine's in the shade Soft Ochre. Obviously, if you're deeper or lighter or less of a yellow undertone and you have more pink in you or whatever, you can pick a different shade because they have tons of shades that come in shimmer bases. They come in just, you know, the kind of matte cream. So I really like this as my eyeshadow base. You can see there's quite a dip in there. I've had this one since I think late last year is when I got it. But I've been using this pretty much as my eyeshadow primer. I feel like it holds my eyeshadow, acts like a concealer, like totally covers my lid without actually breaking down like a concealer would. It works really, really good for me. And then the other one I have is something my friend Jana recommended, and she actually learned about this product through Mel Thompson, who I still love, and it's the Extended Play Giga Black Lash. I can never say it in one sentence, but here is what it looks like. It's just kind of a navy blue tube with a blue lid, and it's got the tiniest little wand. I believe this is a tubing mascara. This is the wand. It's a super, super skinny wand. Yeah, that's what it looks like. And it's so easy to just get the bottom lashes with this. I am wearing it on my bottom lashes today. Like, I feel like it, you know, defines them just enough without being too much and getting clumpy and all that kind of stuff. So I really like it. But my lashes don't hold a natural curl, so I can't use them for my top lashes. I have to use usually a waterproof mascara. That's all that kind of works for me. So if you have naturally curly lashes and you don't have that issue where you need to curl your lashes, I have downward, like downward straight lashes, okay? So I need to curl my lashes and I need a waterproof mascara to hold it. So I can't use that for my top lashes. But if you can, I feel like it would be a really, really beautiful kind of natural volume type mascara, because I think it would really make your lashes look longer and thicker. Yeah, I really do like that one. And then I have just one brow product, and this is one I've been using recently and I've been loving a lot. It's the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze, and this just comes kind of in a clear little thing, and I'm sure you guys already know because, you know, this has been around for a while now, but this is what it looks like. I believe that e.l.f. has one too, but I haven't tried that, so I can't speak for it. However, if you've been eyeing this, now would be a really good time to stock up on your brow products because you can get them on sale. I mean, who wants to pay full price for brow products? I was actually able to snag this one on a sale that Sephora was having at one point, and it was like 50% off. So I got a really, really good deal on it, but I feel like 20% off is still better than nothing. But you can always check for the ABH website if you'd rather wait for a bigger sale. So that's a brow product that I'm recommending. And I feel like it's the only thing that really holds my brows down besides the Refi Brow Gel. But I don't really love the Refi Brow Gel in the sense that it kind of leaves a white residue sometimes. And that can be hard to kind of get rid of. And I do use like the ABH Dip Brow Pomade with this too, which I really like. But I feel like if I was to use something like that with the Refi one, it just wouldn't do the same thing because the white would kind of outcast the pomade. So I really like this one because it's clear and it holds down just perfectly, and my brows don't look shiny or anything. They just look super natural, and I really do appreciate that product. So I really love that. Now I think I can move into eyes because I think that's all I have left. So for a single like potted eyeshadow, I decided to bring out this one. I actually have two shades. I just don't know where my other one is. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize. This is in the shade Oyster Pearl. I also have somewhere, I just don't know where, the shade Pillow Talk, and I really like that one too. But Oyster Pearl's a really, really pretty, like kind of taupey bronze shade. This just looks so beautiful all over the lids. Again, I will use this over top of a MAC paint pot. I don't think you necessarily need to prime with this, but I just like having that extra layer just in case, you never know. I don't know. I just feel like it's going to crease on its own. My eyelids just eat everything because they're so oily, so I always need some kind of base on there. Okay, and then I'm moving into, I guess, the more exciting slash big ticket products. Sorry, I need to fix my hair because it's really bugging me. The bigger ticket items. I only pulled out 3 palettes and they're all from one brand. And the thing is, now this brand does better like deals for, I think, a sale they do in July usually, and also their Black Friday deals. But if you're in Canada, sometimes you can get hit with duties, or if you're in other countries, you can also get hit with duties. So we don't always love ordering directly from brand websites. It really depends, I think, what brand you're ordering from. So I'm talking about Natasha Denona. And now I don't know what's going on with Sephora Canada, but a lot of Natasha Denona midi palettes especially, and the minis are all 50% off. I don't know if this means they're being discontinued. I don't know if this means that Sephora will no longer be carrying Natasha products. It's kind of all up in the air. It's a little bit scary because it's literally the only way so far that I can get Natasha Denona, unless I decide I need to start buying it off of Beautylish. So the first one I decided to include was the Face palette. This one, however, is not on sale. I don't know why. This is the Glam Face palette. I have mine in the darker version. This also came in a light version. So I'm going to show you this upside down just so I don't reflect light off of the mirror. But it comes with a highlight, a cream blush, and then these 5 shades here. And I think you can create a really, really pretty look with this. This is a great one to take with you on the go. Like if you're just throwing a makeup bag into your work bag, or say you are traveling somewhere and you just need something, you know, or an overnight bag, whatever it may be. That's a really easy one to throw in because you literally have your eyes and cheeks in one place. You just need a bronzer, a foundation, and you're good to go, right? So, and mascara and all those other things, obviously. But I do have some more like neutral tone palettes as well that I thought I would recommend out of her midi line, because I think the midi line is honestly the best. The bigger ones, 1, they're just too big. 2, they're so pricey. So I get it, like not everyone wants to spend it. I have a lot of them and I do love them. I just wish they came in the midi range. So the first one is this one. This was my first ever Natasha Denona palette, so I will always have a special place in my heart for this one. This is the Glam, and I think this color story is just so pretty. Everyone talked about this when it came out. They were like, oh, it's a cool tone story, cool tone story. When I look at this, I don't see cool tones though. I see neutral tones for the most part, with maybe like a hint of cool tones. It is really beautiful though, and it creates some really beautiful looks, some supernatural looks. If you're a makeup artist and you want a good bridal palette, I think this is also a really good option for that. However, if you're not into those kind of neutrals and you like warmer tones, because let's be real, I know there's a lot of us, sorry, I just dropped something. I know there's a lot of us out here that love just super warm shadows. The bronze palette is a really pretty one, and the shimmers in this one are gorgeous. Now, I will say, yeah, is a little bit redundant in the sense that so many of these shades can look the same on the lid, but I mean, a lot of the time when we're doing eyeshadow looks, we're only using like 1 to 2 shimmers. For the most part, most of us, I mean, there's no rules. I'm not saying you have to, but if you were using similar ones, I don't think you'd really be using more than that. So I think you can still get some really pretty looks out of this one. I think it's a really beautiful palette. I mean, I have a ton I could recommend to you. I'd probably recommend all of the midi ones that I own. This is my newest one. I have not used it yet, okay? I've only shown it so far in my declutter video, so It hasn't even made like an official debut on my eyes or on my channel or anything. This is the My Dream palette. Now, on Sephora Canada, the bronze palette, the glam palette, and this palette are all on sale. Bronze and glam are both 50% off right now. This one is 30% off, and I'm pretty sure they'll still be on sale, fingers crossed, by the time that the sale starts. So I snagged mine just in case it's sold out because I was really nervous about that. But if you want to wait it out and can wait it out because, yeah, I think they're going to go fast, especially with an extra 20% off. I don't see why they wouldn't. If you're kind of unsure about bronze or glam, I feel like this is a really good in-between palette. You get kind of some neutrals, some warms, and some berries. So I feel like you get a little bit of retro, a little bit of bronze, a little bit of glam in here. It's just, it looks like such a beautiful palette. And this shade down here, Vision, this is a like multi-chrome. I'm going to see if I can show you. It shifts from like this green to pink to gold. I don't know what else, but yeah, these shades look pretty. I got one with spontaneous spelled wrong, so that's gonna irk me because I was hoping by now that they were spelled correctly, but I guess not. That's fine. I'll just somehow try to ignore that. But that's all I have for eyeshadow palettes. I didn't really include anything else because the only other ones I really love are like the Mario Ethereal Eyes, and you can't get that anymore. I don't even think it's on Sephora Canada anymore. Pat McGrath, but I would say that if you really want a mothership, I would wait for one of her sales because I think it's a little more worth it. And then everything else, like I would recommend Viseart, but Viseart's no longer on Sephora. I don't know what happened there, but yeah, they're no longer there, so I can't even recommend those. So I don't really buy a lot of mainstream eyeshadow palettes. I feel like I'm starting to kind of venture out because I want to be able to provide more of an opinion on my channel. And even Huda palettes, I would say shop her website because she does better sales for the palettes. At least hers are kind of pricey. I wouldn't spend that plus 20% off. I think it's still a bit too much. And that's all for this video, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this quick kind of Sephora recommendations. Honestly, I had been planning to do this and then I just never got around to it and never got around to planning the video. So I kind of just on a whim grabbed my favorite stuff because I feel like if you were in a moment where you're just like, okay, what are my favorite things? And you kind of just grab them, you know, those are your staple items. So it was really easy for me in that sense to be like, yeah, I need this, I need this, I need this for this video. So I feel like my recommendations are like my true recommendations. Like these are really the things that I would be like, yes, go purchase these. But yeah, it's just really everything I've been enjoying. All right, and if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. It really helps me out a lot. And if you're new here, please do consider subscribing and joining my little family here on YouTube. Let me know in the comments down below, what are you picking up during the sale? What are your top 2 or 3 items? Let me know. I want to know what the tea is. What do I need to be looking out for? And then also let me know if you guys are interested in seeing a video where I clean out my loves list because there's a really long list going on. A lot of the stuff I've already bought, a lot of the stuff I'm no longer interested in, and a lot of the stuff I may purchase. So let me know if you're into that, and I can do a video like that where I just clean out my loves list and then maybe even kind of build my cart. I can definitely do that. And that's all for now. I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, take care, stay safe, and be kind. Bye.